Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode in Montana. See, I remembered. I remembered where we are. In any case, yeah, today we're gonna do some more field work. It's time to rip up the ground. That's gonna be Mr. Tambier's job for today. So he's gonna take a plow and he's gonna plow a fifth of this field you're watching here right now. And that's because we need around 1/5 of barley in total if we look at all the products we need for the whiskey production. In the meantime, I'm gonna get a seeder, bring it here. I'm gonna bring here some seed, some fertilizer, and I'm also gonna order someone to come here and check out the ground to do the soil testing so we see what we are working with. And we see what deficiencies our soil has, and we're gonna sort out whatever it needs sorting. It's probably gonna need some pH adjustment and some nitrogen adjustment, but yeah, first things first, let's go get the materials. Alright, shopping time. So, we need a seeder, and I was looking through what they have, and I think this Great Plains Solid Stand 1500 is gonna be a good match for our farm. It takes both fertilizer and seed, and it can definitely put barley in. And it's 4.6 meter wide, which is decent width, because they are usually, I don't know, 3 meter or 5, 6 meters. Requires quite a lot of horsepower, which we don't have at the moment. Do I want to have the fertilizer distribution unit? I definitely want to have that, so it's gonna cost me 54,500. Let's go and acquire it. Good. Okay, and now I need, let me just see how much capacity I have for everything. So around 530 for the fertilizer and around 1,200 for seed. So for this I'm gonna go and buy some seeds. I think these are gonna be good. The Pioneer one, let's buy them. And I'll also go ahead and buy some fertilizer, which should be over here. Now, since I can only put in 530 liters, I could go with 10 of these, so 252 packs of these. Fertilizer 500 liters, okay. And there's another thing that I want to have is I need some way to load and unload big bags and pallets on my farm, so I think this JCB, no, actually I won't take JCB, I don't have a JCB on my place, I have a Red Rock. Let's go with this Maxi, I think it's gonna be good. Okay, these are the first purchases for today. Now I'm gonna, when I was waiting for the salesman, I actually checked out this cash register. It's antique. They don't use it, it's only here for the shows. So don't worry. Whoops, I need to go get my truck. The salesperson said that they have a JCB here. I can use it to load things myself, or they can do it for me. So it works both ways. Whatever I want, and it's waiting there in the vehicle shop. Yeah, while I was driving here, I did ring up a company that does these soil testing, and they're gonna be around later today when we have the field ready. Come on. Too heavy? Might be too heavy. Yeah, so they're gonna come around and test my soil and send me the results, so I'm gonna be able to do everything I need to do in order to get the perfect yield. or at least as high as it gets. And this is the JCB I can borrow, so I'll definitely borrow it. I will say the Red Rock is, well, was the cheapest. It only cost me around 23,000, but I seem to be having some issues with it, because it's an articulated one, and I'm not really good with articulated machines. You might remember from Riverbend I got semi-good with a regular forklift and stuff like that. But an articulated one kinda gives me strange vibes, so to speak. If I can even say it like that. It's not the vibes per se, but it's different, because when you turn the steering wheel your forks move left to right or right to left, and that keeps throwing me off track. In any case, I'm gonna load this up off screen and I will see you back at the farm. After a bit of a drive, I can already see some changes on the field over there. It's way on the other side, where Mr. Tambiers is hard at work. Man, I will say I'm so thankful that I have help here, because otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could manage all this by myself. It's just too big, you know. Small farm would be possible, but nothing like this. Okay, so I'm gonna park right here. And I'm gonna take the John Deere. I could take that one because the Great Plains Cedar only takes around 110 horsepower, but why would I like to, you know, strain the engine too much if I have this 200 horsepower tractor ready and waiting? So let's see, it has 16 gears. Yeah, these really are working gears. And the bales, they are around 1/3 fermented, which means that probably in a month or two we're gonna have a decent load of silage that we can sell and replenish the bank account. We are still at 134,000, but you know, that's really not a lot considering how much machines cost. So I've just noticed, I bought this tractor used. It was, I think, 20 or 30% off, but it only has 8 hours of use underneath the hood, which is not too bad. Not too bad at all. Because, you know, sometimes you get these tractors with thousands of hours, and yeah, they do need a major service. But in this case, I guess I got lucky. I don't know the reason why the previous owner sold it. Granted, it might have a, you know, a problem underneath, hidden, waiting for it to show while I'm on the field, or something like that, but yeah, nah, I hope not. In any case, I'm already back here at the vehicle store. The rain is forecasted to stop coming out of the sky in probably about an hour or two. So I think we're gonna be good. A cedar like that would be probably a lot more fitting for the farm. But as of now, I think I'll have to start with something like this. You know. Okay, let's hook it up. Connect everything. And away we go. Now I do have to be careful because this cedar is, if I'm not mistaken, 5.6 meters wide. It might be 5.4. In any case, it's quite wide, so I have to be careful on the road, so I don't hit anyone, so I don't hit any traffic. I have the beacon on, so I should be as visible as I possibly can be, but you never know. Some people are sleeping behind the wheel, so yeah, gotta make sure. Okay, made it back to the farm, nice and safe, without any incidents, which is what I always love to hear. Okay, so I'll park this setup right here because it will need some loading. Let me see if I can open. Yeah, okay, but I'm not gonna load any seed or fertilizer in this very moment because it's still raining. Maybe I could actually lower it down, shouldn't I? Yeah, like this. It's gonna be much easier to operate. Yeah, much easier to load and step on the ledge right here. Okay, in any case, this is Mr. 10 Beers. Looks like he is about to be done. So I'm gonna call the land surveyors and I'll wait for their arrival.
Well, I don't think it's as square as it could be. And there's a lot of rocks out here.
Oh yeah, I can see the rocks. Yeah, we definitely have to sort this out. They are quite big.
That's probably some of the biggest rocks I've seen in a long while.
Okay, then I'm gonna have a phone with dealers if they have any rock pickers available.
Yep, 10-4 on that.
Alright, so there is a stone picker or stone collector that I can lease at least for a while, and it's gonna cost me around $2,500. $2,856,000, yeah. Okay, let's lease it. And I'm gonna ask Mr. 10 Beers if he's up for rock collecting today. Man. So, John, are you up for a bit of a rock collecting today?
Oh yeah, I ain't never too busy. I about got this finished here.
Okay, thank you. I have the land surveyors en route here, so they're gonna take some samples of the field. And in the meantime, I've already leased the stone picker, so if you could go collect it, that would be grand.
Yep, take care of it here in just a second.
Great, thanks. Yeah. An interesting development. I completely forgot about this rocky thing. But on the other hand, I do think we have a decent sized field, so it's gonna be a nice amount of barley. Perfect. Perfect, man. Okay, so yeah, in the meantime I'm gonna wait for the land surveyors, and then we'll probably turn the camera back on when they're here. Yeah, so Mr. Tambiers informed me that the plow has tipped over. Let me try and put it back vertical. You know, it happens. Luckily, it's just a plow, and it's basically a big hunk of metal, so no real damage can be done by tipping it over like that. But I'm gonna try my telehandler skills. Just like that. Well, I can't really see what I'm doing, but I'll do my best. Okay, something. Nope. Nope. We're probably gonna have to use a rope to lift this up. Oh no, no. Wait, there's nothing going on. Okay. Careful now, slowly. Alright. Great success. Great success indeed. Okay, I want to put this the spike down. I will need pallet fork for the moment, so let me go and try and do that. Okay, there's a phone ringing. Give me a minute. Oh, it's the surveyors. Look at that. They've arrived. Right, let me shut this down. Let me go greet them. Good. So the surveyors have done their job. They've taken 37 samples altogether, all around the field, even where the grass is still tall and thick. So I'm gonna get a bill for around, well, I think it's $50 per sample. So I'm gonna get 37 divided by 2 is 1600. I think just a bit less, 15 and something hundred. And the rain has stopped, but it's gonna come again, so I'll sort this out, and the rest, I think John is still going up and down the field and collecting rocks. Yeah, he is. Good. So, let's start with this. So I started up the tractor so it can warm up a little bit. It's already set for barley. I did tinker with plant a cedar for a bit. But yeah, let me open up the first hopper. Is going to be a seed hopper. I'm expecting I can get the whole pallet in. So let's try and do this. There's another thing that I don't like about this machine, and that's the fact that it has the arm in the middle. It's smack dab in the middle of my field of view, which I don't like it, because, you know, I can't really see if I'm approaching a pallet or not. So yeah, I'm thinking more and more that I'm gonna have to, well, not have to, but I'm thinking more and more that I want to go and exchange that. Okay, I think this is gonna be perfect. Yeah, let's start loading her up. Okay, everything went in. Now I need to open up the second bay, like this. And I don't need the telehandler anymore. Don't get me wrong, it's a good one. It was cheap, but no, I'm not digging it. It's a good one, but I'm not digging. Nothing personal. Okay, so let's throw this in. And let's bring the other one closer. And let's go and load it in. And now the other one, you can see in here it's filling up nicely. Oops. Yeah, I think it's gonna take 2 loads. If I calculated that correctly, it should. And that's it. It took the whole load, and I think I'm now ready to start seeding. Let me lift her up. Let's close the doors. It's quite warm outside, but I really don't want to get too much dust in my face. And look at that, the rock picker is actually making quite a nice seed bed. Okay, and since I have GPS in this tractor, I'm gonna use it. So let me set everything up. Let's go to steering assist. I will go with 0 headlands. Well, 1 headland, that's kind of a given, because you can't really go to the end. Show lines off. And automatic deactivation, 4.4 meter width. Is this really 4.4? Let me check before I do anything else. So I have checked the specs. It's 4.6 meter. So let's go and do this again. 4.56. Okay, and work direction automatic. This all seems fine. Let's confirm. Let's engage. Steering. You know what, I think I want to start more on the inside. Now while I'm doing this seeding, I will... Yeah, let's do this. Okay. Let's turn her on, lower it down, and let's go. Okay, while I'm doing this seeding, I will show you the results of the land surveyors, even though I am looking at my fertilizer consumption, and it's quite high. Right, in any case, let me quickly check the... Yeah, show you the soil map the surveyor sent over to my Yeah, look at that. We already used 10%. Yikes. I guess I'm gonna have to go and get more. Maybe if Mr. Tambiers finishes the rock collecting, he might go and collect it. I don't know. But let's go here. Actually, no, I'm gonna wait and turn around. I'm already at the end of the field. Okay. And down. So let's see. I haven't checked the information yet, but it looks like we have mostly loam. You can see most of the field is loam, and we have some sandy loam. Now I don't know exactly what the best soil type is, but I think loam is a pretty good soil type. So that's one thing. pH is around 575, 625, so it's a bit low. It's gonna need some adjusting. Nitrogen, you can see here, is getting adjusted as we speak. It really needs the crop to be in the ground before I can do any nitrogen adjustments. And yield, we can't really gauge the yield, and the seed rate is standard and low. So on loam, you can see on this grayed out land it's low, and on the sandy it's normal. Whoa, 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 too far. And I have already used most of my precious fertilizer. Yeah, this ain't gonna fly. I was very optimistic. Very, very optimistic. Too optimistic. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna have the store deliver that to me, unless Mr. Tambiers is available to go to the store and bring something back. Seed-wise, we only used, what, 14%? About 100 liters, so around 10%. Quite interesting. But I will say another thing, having this Great Plains seeder is actually very fitting because we are here in Montana. Judith Plains, Montana. So yeah, I think this is the best possible seeder I could get, name-wise. But look at that, I have already used up half of the solid fertilizer. Well, it is what it is. Adapt and overcome. All right, so
actually that little patch I put in past the field, I'm gonna just run over that, and any rocks in that I'll just grab them too, get them out of the way.
yeah, cool, man. So Mr. Tambiers has done collecting rocks. It's finished, and he's gonna take all the rocks to be sold at the cement factory, because we don't really have any use for them, and it's really no point in having them. On the other hand, I am on my way to the store. I'm gonna pick up a bunch more fertilizer and bring it back so we can load it every few passes. So I actually used up 500 liters of fertilizer up until now, and I've done what, 6 passes around the field. So I'm gonna buy maybe 3-4, yeah, probably 4 big bags of fertilizer. That's around 4,000 liters. That's 8 times as much as I've used up until now. And there's another thing I wanted to say is I actually got billed 3,700 for soil collection and analysis. I guess each sample was $100. I don't know what I had 50 in mind, but it was 100 per soil sample. Yeah, the additional fertilizer cost me $7,680. Definitely not cheap. But what needs to be done needs to be done. So I'm gonna get in this beauty again and load everything up, and I'll see you back on the farm. The sun is starting to set. I guess we have done a full days of work. Yet again. Yeah, it really is gonna be handy when we get bigger equipment. It's gonna be a must if we are to be successful at this. Okay, and let me rush things up. Let's reload the fertilizer and we can be on our way again. My goal for today is to put the rest of the fertilizer, the rest of the field have seeded with barley. I then need to roll it. That's gonna be in the next episode, I believe. But yeah. And as I've said, I really dislike this vehicle because I can't really see around it. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to look around if I can find anything decent for a decent price. And then I'm gonna hopefully be able to get that. Right, I'll load this up and we'll see you back on the field. I've seen that you sold the rocks from the field. We got paid a whopping $190.
That's better than what I thought it was. I thought it showed me $150 for the rocks and $8 for an environmental score.
Those were some good rocks.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Oh man, it's funny.
It's free money, in a way. Well, no, actually it wasn't. Had to rent the rock picker.
Yeah, kinda sorta. But if we leave that in the field, it's gonna damage the equipment, so yeah, it has to go out.
Yeah. I'm gonna set this rock picker down here by the tree, so when if they come and get it, they won't have to come all the way back up in there.
Okay, good.
I actually took off down there, thought I knew where I was going. I went to the marina instead.
Yeah, I don't think they have any use for rocks down there.
No, they give me some funny looks while I was there.
Well, you know, you gotta make a good first impression when you come to a new country, so at least they'll talk about us.
Yeah, I could just hear him now. Couldn't he read all them signs that he passed? No trespassing, dead end.
Yeah, that is kind of funny. So it's chucking you down with rain quite hard. We got everything muddy as heck. I just hope I don't get stuck in the field. That would spell trouble. Yeah, otherwise I think this is going pretty nicely. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna leave you guys. I'll finish seeding this off screen because it's getting quite dark and it's really hard to see. The weather is sour. Must be the plains. But yeah, so thank you all for watching. Hope you had fun. And join me next time, me and Mr. Tambiers, on our adventure, where we continue making sure that we'll have something to harvest come next year. So again, thank you all for watching. Hope you had fun, and we'll see you next time. Take care and goodbye.